Good evening, everybody. I hope everyone is having a great night so far. We're going to try and get this done as quick as possible, just because I do have but I do have homework to get done. I would like to say thank you to everyone who subscribed to my account recently. We're at 717 followers. So, yeah. Anyways, let's get into the Bible reading. We're on chapter 10. Chapter 10. The Lord sends plague of locusts. This is followed by thick darkness in all Egypt for 3 days. Moses cast out from presence of Pharaoh. And the Lord said unto Moses, Go in unto Pharaoh, for I have hardened his heart and the heart of his servants, that I might shew these my signs before him, and that thou mayest tell in the ears of thy son and of thy son the son's son, that what things I have wrought in Egypt, and my signs which I have done among them, that ye may know how that I am the Lord. And Moses and Aaron came in unto Pharaoh, and said unto him, Thus saith the Lord God of the Hebrews, How long wilt thou refuse to humble thyself before me? Let my people go, and that they may serve me. Else if thou refuse to let my people go, behold, tomorrow will I bring the locust into thy coast, and they shall cover the face of the earth, that one cannot be able to see the earth, and they shall eat the residue of that which is escaped, which remaineth unto you from the hail, and shall eat every tree which groweth for you out of the field. And they shall fill the houses, and the houses of all thy servants, and the houses of all the Egyptians, which neither thy fathers nor thy fathers' fathers have seen, since the day that they were upon the earth unto this day, where he turned himself and went out from Pharaoh. And Pharaoh's servants said unto him, How long shall this man be a snare to us? Let the men go, that they may serve the Lord their God. Knowest thou not yet that Egypt is destroyed? And Moses and Aaron were brought again unto Pharaoh, and he said unto them, Go serve the Lord your God. But who are they that shall go? And Moses said, We will go with our young, and with our old, with our sons, and with our daughters, with our flocks, and with our herds. Will we go, for we must hold a feast unto the Lord. And he said unto them, Let the Lord be so with you, as I will let you go, and your little ones look to it, for evil is before you. Not so. Go now, ye that are men, and serve the Lord, for that ye did desire, and they were driven out from Pharaoh's presence. And the Lord said unto Moses, Stretch out thine hand over the land of Egypt, for the locusts, that they may come up upon the land of Egypt, and eat every herb of the land, even all that the hail hath left. And Moses stretched forth his rod over the land of Egypt, and the Lord brought an east wind upon the land all that day and all that night. And when it was morning, the east wind brought the locusts, and the locusts went up over the land of Egypt, and rested in all the coasts of Egypt. Very grievous were they. Before them there were no such locusts as they, neither after them shall be such. For they covered the face of the whole earth, so that the land was darkened, and they did eat every herb of the land, and all the fruit of the trees which the hail had left, and there remained not any green thing in the trees or in the herbs of the field through all the land of Egypt. Then Pharaoh called for Moses and Aaron in haste, and he said, I have sinned against the Lord your God, and against you. Now therefore forgive, I pray thee, my sin only this once, and entreat the Lord your God, that he may take away from me this death only. And he went out from Pharaoh and entreated the Lord. And the Lord turned a mighty strong west wind, which took away the locusts and cast them into the Red Sea. There remained not one locust in all the coast of Egypt. But the Lord hardened Pharaoh's heart, so that he would not let the children of Israel go. And the Lord said unto Moses, Stretch out thine hand toward heaven, that there may be darkness over the land of Egypt, even darkness which may be felt. And Moses stretched forth his hand toward heaven, and there was a thick darkness in all the land of Egypt. 3 days. They saw not one another, neither rose any from his place for 3 days. But all the children of Israel had light in their dwellings. And Pharaoh called unto Moses and said, Go, ye serve the Lord, only let your flocks and your herds be stayed, let your little ones also go with you. And Moses said, Thou must give us also sacrifices and burnt offerings, that we may sacrifice unto the Lord our God. Our cattle also shall go with us. There shall not an hoof be left behind. For therefore must we take to serve the Lord our God. And we know not what we must serve the Lord until we come thither. But the Lord hardened Pharaoh's heart, and he would not let them go. And Pharaoh said unto him, Get thee from me, take heed to thyself, see my face no more, for in that day thou seest my face, thou shalt die. And Moses said, Thou hast spoken well, I will see thy face again no more. Chapter 11. Departing, Israel authorized to ask for jewels and gold from their neighbors. The Lord promises to slay the firstborn in every Egyptian home. He puts a difference between the Egyptians and Israel. And the Lord said unto Moses, Yet will I bring one plague more upon Pharaoh and upon Egypt. Afterwards he will let you go hence. When he shall let you go, he shall surely thrust you out hence altogether. Speak now in the ears of the people, and let every man borrow of his neighbor, and every woman of her neighbor, jewels of silver and jewels of gold. And the Lord gave the people favor in the sight of the Egyptians. Moreover, the man Moses was very great in the land of Egypt, in the sight of Pharaoh's servants, and in the sight of the people. And Moses said, Thus saith the Lord, about midnight, until I go out into the midst of Egypt, and all the firstborn in the land of Egypt shall die, from the firstborn of Pharaoh that sitteth upon his throne, even unto the firstborn of the maidservant that is behind the mill, and all the firstborn of beasts. And there shall be a great cry throughout all the land of Egypt, such as there was none like it, nor shall be like it any more. But against any of the children of Israel shall not a dog move his tongue against man or beast, that ye may know how that the Lord doeth put a difference between the Egyptians and Israel. And all these thy servants shall come down unto me, and bow down themselves unto me, saying, Get thee out, and all the people that follow thee, and after that I will go out. And he went out from Pharaoh in a great anger. And the Lord said unto Moses, Pharaoh shall not hearken unto you, that my wonders may be multiplied in the land of Egypt. And Moses and Aaron did all these wonders before Pharaoh, and the Lord hardened Pharaoh's heart, so that he would not let the children of Israel go out of his land. Chapter 12. The Lord institute the Passover, and the feast of unleavened bread. Lambs slain are without blemish. Israel saved by their blood. Firstborn of all Egyptians slain. Israel thrust out of Egypt after 430 years. No bones of Paschal's lambs shall be broken. And the Lord spake unto Moses and Aaron in the land of Egypt, saying, This month shall be unto you the beginning of months. It shall be the first month of the year to you. Speak ye unto all the congregation of Israel, saying, In the 10th day of this month they shall take to them every man a lamb, according to the house of their fathers, a lamb for an ounce. And if the household be too little for the lamb, let him and his neighbor next unto his house take it according to the number of the souls. Every man according to his eating shall make your count for the lamb. Your lamb shall be without blemish, a male of the first year. Ye shall take it out from the sheep or from the goats, and ye shall keep it up until the 14th day of the same month. And the whole assembly of the congregation of Israel shall kill it in the evening. And they shall take out of the blood, and strike it on the two sides of posts, and on the upper doorpost of the houses, wherein they shall eat it. And they shall eat the flesh in that night, roast with fire, and unleavened bread, and with bitter herbs they shall eat it. Eat not of it raw, nor sodden at all with water, but roast with fire his head with his legs, and with the purtenance thereof. And ye shall let nothing of it remain until the morning, and that which remaineth of it until the morning ye shall burn with fire. And thus shall ye eat it with your loins, girded your shoes on your feet, and your staff in your hand, and ye shall eat it in haste. It is the Lord's Passover. For I will pass through the land of Egypt this night, and will smite all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, both man and beast, and against all the gods of Egypt I will execute judgment. I am the Lord, and the blood shall be to you for a token upon the house where ye are. And when I see the blood, I will pass over you, and the plague shall not be upon you to destroy you when I smite the land of Egypt. And this day shall be unto you for a memorial, and ye shall keep it a feast to the Lord throughout your generations. Ye shall keep it a feast by an ordinance forever. 7 days shall ye eat unleavened bread. Even the first day ye shall put away leaven out of your houses. For whosoever eateth leavened bread from the first day until the 7th day, that soul shall be cut off from Israel. And in the first day there shall be an holy conviction. And in the Oh, dude, I'm so tired. In the 7th day there shall be an holy conviction to you. No manner of work shall be done in them, save that which every man must eat, that only man be done of you. And ye shall observe the feast of unleavened bread, for in this same day have I brought your armies out of the land of Egypt. Therefore shall ye observe this day in your generations by an ordinance forever. In the first month, on the 14th day of the month at even, ye shall eat unleavened bread until the 21st day of the month at even. 7 days shall there be no leaven found in your houses. For whosoever eateth that which is leavened, even that soul shall be cut off from the congregation of Israel, whether he be a stranger or born in the land. Ye shall eat nothing leavened in all your habitations. Shall ye eat unleavened bread? Then Moses called for all the elders of Israel, and said unto them, Draw out, and take you a lamb according to your families, and kill the Passover. And ye shall take a bunch of hyssop, and dip it in the blood that is in the basin, and strike the lintel and the 2 sides post with the blood that is in the basin, and none of you shall go out of the door of his house until the morning. For the Lord will pass through to smite the Egyptians, and when he seeth the blood upon the lintel and on the 2 side posts, the Lord will pass over the door, and will not suffer the destroyer to come in unto your houses to smite you. And ye shall observe this thing for an ordinance to thee and to thy sons forever. And it shall come to pass, when ye be come to the land which the Lord will give you, according as he hath promised, that ye shall keep this service. And it shall come to pass, when your children shall say unto you, What mean ye by this service? That ye shall say, It is the sacrifice of the Lord's Passover, who passed over the house of the children of Israel in Egypt, when he smote the Egyptians and delivered our houses. And the people bowed the head and worshipped. And the children of Israel went away, and did as the Lord had commanded Moses and Aaron, so did they. And it came to pass that at midnight the Lord smote all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, from the firstborn of Pharaoh that sat on his throne, unto the firstborn of the captive that was in the dungeon, and all the firstborn of cattle. And Pharaoh rose up in the night, he and all his servants, and all the Egyptians, and there was a great cry in Egypt, for there was not a house where there was not one dead. And he called for Moses and Aaron by night, and said, Rise up, and get you forth from among my people, both ye and the children of Israel, and go serve the Lord as ye have said. Also take your flocks and your herds, as ye have said, and be gone, and bless me also. And the Egyptians were urgent upon the people, that they might send them out of the land in haste. For they said, We be all dead men. And the people took their dough, before it was leavened, their kneading troughs, being bound up in their clothes upon their shoulders. And the children of Israel did according to the word of Moses, and they borrowed of the Egyptians jewels of silver and jewels of gold and raiment. And the Lord gave the people favor in the sight of the Egyptians, so that they lent unto them such things as they required, and they spoiled the Egyptians. And the children of Israel journeyed from Ramesses to Succoth, about 600,000 on foot, that were men beside children. And a mixed multitude went up also with them, and flocks and herds, even very much cattle. And they baked unleavened cakes of the dough, which they brought forth out of Egypt. For it was not leavened, because they were not thrust out of Egypt, and could not tarry, neither had they prepared for themselves any victual. Now the sojourning of the children of Israel who dwelt in Egypt was 430 years. And it came to pass at the end of the 430 years, even the same day, it came to pass that all the hosts of the Lord went out from the land of Egypt. It is a night to be much observed unto the Lord for bringing them out from the land of Egypt. This is that night of the Lord to be observed of all the children of Israel in their generations. And the Lord said unto Moses and Aaron, This is the ordinance of the Passover, where there shall no stranger eat thereof, but every man's servant that is bought for money, when thou hast circumcised him, then shall he eat thereof. A foreigner and an hired servant shall not eat thereof. In one house shall it be eaten. Thou shalt not carry forth aught of the flesh abroad out of the house, neither shall ye break a bone thereof. All the congregation of Israel shall keep it. And when a stranger shall sojourn with thee, and will keep the Passover to the Lord, let all his males be circumcised, and then let him come near and keep it. And he shall be as one that is born in the land, for no uncircumcised person shall eat thereof. One law shall be to him that is home born, and unto the stranger that sojourned among you. Thus did all the children of Israel, as the Lord commanded Moses and Aaron, so did they. And it came to pass that the self same day that the Lord did bring the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt by their armies. That is the reading for today. So, dude, what's that? The Son of Egypt, or whatever it is, that one movie is about what we're reading right now. We're reading about Moses fleeing Egypt. And honestly, I like what they did in that movie. It was pretty good. The story of Moses is a good story. I love it. It's one of my favorite. But guys, I don't read comments during these readings. I don't. There's this I'm on right now. I'm on Streamlabs. So Streamlabs doesn't pop up with the comments. That's why I go on here. I'm not too familiar. I'm not Unk, y'all. I'm not Unk. Yeah, before World War II, technically Israel was a country, but it was a nation, so that's kind of different. So, history-wise, the United States wasn't technically a country. Technically, countries didn't exist. They were empires and nations until the 1800s, like late 1800s, we established that they're countries. But Israel was a nation, and Israel was a people because of, what was his name, Jacob? It was either Jacob or, we just got done reading it. But anyways, Israel was named after an apostle. It's okay if you want to say free Palestine, that's okay, but I'm not gonna comment on that. okay, that some of y'all comments in here are kind of crazy. Like, some of y'all are like mocking me, and I haven't done anything to you guys. You're clowning on me. I haven't done anything to you guys. I could honestly check out every single one of your profiles. I could honestly dox every single one of you and, you know, leak your address if I really wanted to, but I don't feel like it. So I don't know why y'all want to hate. Low testing to say, looks pretty gay to me. That's okay. Did you know, actually, this is a fun fact I've learned in a study of psychology. They're actually trying to push it away because it doesn't political. But anyways, people that are gay and trans actually emit the same, like, I'm not trying to even hate, but they emit the same, like, frequencies of people with identity disorders. Like, they truly believe that's who they are. And I'm not trying to hate. You live your life how you want to live. You live it. But the thing is like, it is actually like something they believe, but it like emits frequencies just like bipolar disorder. You know what I'm saying? And so, and MRIs, if you were to put somebody that thinks they're gay, thinks they're trans, but and also somebody that has bipolar disorder, and also borderline personality disorder, they will emit close to the same frequencies. It's pretty crazy. It's a pretty crazy study. But I'm not yapping. I'm telling you about a study. I mean, you can call it yapping, or you just can't understand or comprehend something that's a fact, or like to say you don't comprehend. It's okay. I did, but okay. It's called processing thoughts. I am with history and the Bible, but it's whatever. Y'all have your own opinion, and that's okay to have your own opinion. I was trying to tell y'all a study that's cool. I was trying to share y'all what I got. Y'all are full of hate. Why is everybody full of hate? I don't know what I even said to have you guys in here like clowning on me, bro. Like, it's crazy. It's so like, y'all are cooked. If that's how you guys want to live your life instead of actually doing something with it, fine by me. Go all ahead. But like, it is an interesting study though. Yeah, I look like the biggest tool. I could be a big tool. I don't know. Like, I'm mainly an introvert. I talk to myself. My dream car is an R34 Skyline GTR. I love the Skyline. It's not people that are educated. It's an actual study. I'm an introvert. Like, don't be sorry. I'm introverted. I'm not a tool. Like, you can think I'm a tool. I'm a nice person. I just don't talk to people. Thank you. I mean, okay, this is my thought processing on life. You can live however you want to live, okay? I'm not one to agree with people that want to be trans, that want to be gay. I'm not one to agree with politics and any of that stuff. But the thing is you can live your life how you want to live as long as you're just a good person and you're kind and you're like, you are like, you want to be yourself, you want to like help other people, you don't want to hate on other people, I'm okay. Like, I will defend somebody that hates on a gay person. I will defend somebody that hates on a trans person, because we don't know what they went through that made them feel that way. Okay? Like we don't know what what they went through to feel the way they feel. You guys don't know what I went through to do the stuff I do, to talk how I talk. You guys don't know that I had a concussion, like a lot of concussions throughout my life, that it's hard for me to comprehend my speech, to my thoughts to my speech, and my thoughts to my reading comprehension. Like I struggle. I have learning disability. And so you guys don't know that, but you guys clown on me for that. And that's okay. That you guys can do that. And that's the cool thing about life, is we have the free will to do whatever we want. And it's a beautiful concept. And honestly, like I am a college student. I do go to college. I'm actually studying psychology, and I'm getting my Associate of Arts in psychology, and then I'm getting a minor in music, and I want to get my master's, aka a doctorate. They're kind of the same thing, but one makes you a doctor, the other one just makes you able to practice it. They're the same thing basically, but I'm trying to get it in social work. So what I want to do is, I really want to make music and art, but I also want to be a therapist, kind of like a social worker, therapist type person, where I help people retransition to life, from psych wards, from rehabs, from homeless shelters, from jails and juvies, like, because I was that person. I've been to psych wards, rehabs, homeless shelters, not juvie or jail, and I'm so lucky for that. But there's people that have been to all of those, and they don't know what to do. They don't know how to, call, make appointments and stuff. And so, art therapy is what I want to do. Yes, art therapy is, but because that helped me when I was in those moments. Like, I make music, I make abstract art. I love collecting. As you can tell, I have a bunch of Hot Wheels. I collect cards, I collect books, Funko Pops. I collect sports memorabilia, Rubik's Cubes. I'm a collector. Okay, show my favorite car. Hold on, give me a sec. I gotta look for this one. And then, okay, y'all. I found my favorite car. And then the other one I got is, the other one, so this is my favorite. This is my dream car, y'all. This is, like, that style of it. I kind of want it, like, more paint splatter, Not really, because I don't know if you can see it. It's got, like, that. I want it more paint splatter than that. I also want a 96. I don't know what year this one is, but this is also my other favorite. I love Porsches, but this is my favorite. The 71 is the best Porsche in my opinion. But no, I'm not opening them. You have the same one? Oh, that's so dope. Okay, so for the Skyline, the color I want is that same color. I want it black, but what I want to do is I want to splatter, like, paint on it, like pink, purple, and neon green, and, like, a blue, and, like, I don't know. I feel like that would look really cool, and I want it, like, black. Anyways, good luck, bro. You're gonna trip, pagan dude. Good luck. But I'm not letting you comment that anymore, because obviously you're going through your own stuff, and that's okay. My dream Porsche, I want a 911. Like, I love the 911, but I have there's a if I'm not mistaken, 935 on my wall. I've only known the 911s. I've never known any other Porsche other than the 911s. And then when it comes to the Audis, I love Audis. I love Beamers. I want a Beamer 507, but those are old. I also want there's so many cars I want, but at the same time, it's like I can't focus on the things I want, because it's not morally right. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, I obviously want this stuff, but at the same time, I got to focus on... Oh, I like the GT2s. GT3s are nice, but I like GT2s. Yikes. I don't know how to say bang bang nana gang. That's cool. I don't know what to say. Don't know why you're saying the 9 in your mouth, but that's... Let's not make jokes like that. I know that's a joke. That's not an okay joke to make. Yeah, honestly, there's really not. I feel like, if I'm not mistaken, with the GT2 and the GT3, they're different engine styles. Not necessarily different. I can't explain it, honestly. I'm from Oregon, dude. I grew up a Niner fan. Loser, wimp, simp, nerd. Dude, you should really write a poem. You should write a kid rhyme poem. I think you would love it. Dork, you would love it, dude. You could really write a poem, man. You should write a poem. And Niner fans are awesome. I grew up a Niners fan. My mom's from the Bay. My mom grew up a Niner fan. So my mom was 10 years old, 8 years old when she became a Niner fan. And she was born in the 70s. And her dad, I think if I'm not mistaken, was a Vikings fan, Packers fan. And no, she was a Cowboys fan. So she's a Cowboys and a Niners fan. But anyways, she made a bet that with her dad that back then she bet a quarter that her Niners were gonna beat the Cowboys in the NFC Championship to go win the Super Bowl. And he made that bet, and she won it. So, yeah. Good luck. She's from Hayward, California. So my uncle currently lives there. Jesus loves you too. Fent didn't even... Okay, the Fent we know now... Here's a fun fact. The Fent we know now is actually way more spliced and like chemically imbalanced than what we knew back then. Fent is actually a horse tranquilizer. They didn't use Fent. I can confirm that. It was very illegal to give it to... They didn't even allow it to leave the hospital. They didn't even prescribe it to anybody until like 2000s. But also, fun fact, nothing we have, okay, drug-wise, nicotine, alcohol, weed, is natural. None of it. Weed is not even natural anymore. Did you know that? It's chemically imbalanced now. It's not even... Yeah, the Fent before was medical grade. It used to be a horse tranquilizer. How much would I say? Oh, I've done this counting before, but I've added a lot. So before I added that row, because it didn't used to be there, I had like 250 something, almost 300. But I have roughly like, I want to say close to 300, because I also have some on my windowsill over here that are unopened. So yeah, I've showed it before in a past live. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I love my Hot Wheels. I grew up a car. So reason why I collect cars, I've actually made a video on this when I actually put the 71 Porsche 911 on my wall, was my uncle, who I treated horribly before he died. But anyways, he got esophageal cancer. And growing up, you know, him and my Uncle Mike were like really obsessed with cars. And so I used to collect them. They'd buy me these Hot Wheels. I'd open them when I was younger because I didn't know the value in keeping them in collection. And then I got like older. I was like 16 or something. I started really buying them and getting my brother into buying them. And now I just have been growing this collection for the past 5 years. And before he died, I would actually show him my Hot Wheels I bought, and he'd be like, "Ooh, that's cool," and then that's cool, and that's cool. And yeah, it was pretty cool. So now I buy a lot of Porsches and Porsches. I forget how you say Porsche, and then Audis. I don't know the rarest Hot Wheel I got. Like, I don't try and be like, "Oh my gosh, this is the rarest one." However, I do know I have a pretty rare sports card. I don't know what my rarest sports card is. If you're a Niner fan, I have a Steve Young rookie card. I also have a football signed by Steve Young. Yeah. It's a faded signature, but anyways, it's kind of rubbing off, I can't lie. But there's the Steve Young signature. It's my favorite. It's pretty dope. I also have a photo signed by Steve Young. I also have a Brock Purdy Funko Pop. This hat is actually got George Kittle's signature on it. 'Cause it matches my rivalry jersey I have of George Kittle. I also have Steve Young's autobiography. Steve Young's always been my... Yeah, that is true. It does help. But honestly, it's like, that's the best part, is buying Hot Wheels. Because me and my brother both collect Hot Wheels. And that's the thing. And so, my little brother, he's 10 years old. We're 10 years apart. Anyways, so he's 9. But anyways, basically, we're almost 10 and 20. But anyways, he collects Hot Wheels with me. He collects Pokemon sports cards, you know. Say I have a Hot Wheel I bought thinking I didn't have it, and I buy it, and I do have it. I give it to him for his birthday, or say Christmas, you know. So I always just have gifts to give him. And the reason why I spoiled the crap out of that kid with gifts is because growing up, I didn't have the best relationship with my brothers. And I vowed to myself when I was there holding him when he was born that I was never going to treat him how my brothers treated him, how my brothers treated me. And so I've always done the best I could. When I was living with my dad originally and hanging out with him, I wasn't in the best mental space. So I kind of pushed him away, and it sucked. I didn't like doing it, but I tried being engaged. I struggle with mental health severely. I have pre-diagnosis for either they have that my psychiatrist and my primary care doctor haven't fully diagnosed me yet, but there's pre-diagnosis for bipolar or borderline personality disorder, or both, but that's a very rare case to have both. Yeah, ADHD and OCD aren't that... Yeah, those aren't what I deal with. But, yeah, so anyways, whenever I have a Pokemon card that I already have, I just, give it to him. Or I used to make bets every time I cut. Every time I would cuss or lose a bet with him, I'd always bet a Pokemon pack instead of money, because that was our way to do it. There's more value in a Pokemon pack and in a Hot Wheel and in something we can both enjoy than money. And so I've never understood that. Oh, I don't have ADHD. I probably do, but actually I probably do. But I don't know. It's not the things I deal with severely. Those are some things I do handle, but yeah. And the hat is not what causes my depression, because honestly, it's a game. Cool, good for you, bro. Good for you, bro. But anyways, it's a sport. I don't really care for it. It's cool and all. It'd be nice to see the 49ers win a Super Bowl. But it's I'm always one of those people where it's dude, I can't control it. Why should I care so much about it? It hurts. It low-key sucks because, I already know the fan base is going to be like, oh my gosh. Because I'm a very analytical person. So I look at stats. I look at, what would cause, theoretically, why a team would lose. And so then people nowadays call that whining and call that excuses. But it's really not. Okay, cool. Good for you. Psalm 73:26 is good. No, you're okay, XPR. I'm going to call you XPR instead of XPR RVS. That's too much. So XPR, you're good, dude. Honestly, bro, whatever makes you happy to say and live life, go ahead, dude. If you want to say you're God, I'm not going to go against what you think because my goal is not to tell you and judge you who you should be. My goal is to just share what helps me and hopefully you follow it. If you don't, go ahead, don't. It's okay. But that's not my goal. My goal is not to be like, oh, you need to follow Christianity or you're in the wrong. My goal is to be like, that's what helps me. I mean, I truly do believe God exists. I truly believe all of that, but I'm not gonna, it's something I work on. I will say confidently that I struggle with it, but I'm not gonna fully be like, oh my gosh, you don't follow God? Oh, you're a horrible person. Because there are good people out there that don't even follow God. They just follow their spirit. And I truly believe that, people get a second chance once they die to learn about the gospel and the afterlife in order to enter heaven. And they have their own choice if they want to. So, I mean, yeah, that's what my whole account is about, COD. I discuss not religion, but I discuss how I am towards people and how they live their life. Thank you. I love it. But I don't care how you live your life. That's what I'm basically trying to say. Because XPR said he was being annoying. And I said if he wanted to just be himself, he could. Because I'm not going to tell him he's annoying. Basically what I'm trying to say is I am not one to be like, oh my gosh, this is what you need to do. But however, I will be one to be like, if you're going to follow God, there is the truth to it. And there are things you do need to follow through in order to fully follow God. But at the same time, there is a second chance in the afterlife to learn the gospel. And then, who knows? I didn't say Jesus didn't save, by the way. Good for you. Good for you. Also, you should read surrounding verses in chapter instead of just one verse because there's more context surrounding it. Yo, wazzo. Are you trying to say cuzzo? I like your name, Socrates. Socrates is such a great philosopher. I love Socrates. I used to study him in middle school and high school. My dad actually had me study all of them. He had me study Charles Darwin. I actually think I might have a book over here based off of Charles Darwin's philosophy. But like O.G. Mandino is another one. Charles Darwin. A couple cool ones. Socrates. That's what you believe, bro. And you're welcome to believe what you believe. It's okay, man. I mean, that's your way you lived, and that's your way of how you want to live, and that's okay, dude. If that, all I'm about is if it gives you peace in life, if it helps you love yourself, if it helps you feel more disciplined and feel better and like at peace, follow it. But don't be like this mod guy, the mod guy, because he's judging and he's being ignorant and arrogant and actually doing what Jesus wouldn't want us to do. I can't say that confidently because, yeah. Good for you, mod. Good for you. I'm glad you're confident in what you believe. That's a good thing. That's a good thing. But how you go about it isn't what people want to get closer. Like, isn't how you get people to get closer to God. It actually pushes people away. It's okay. Good for you, Lily. Whatever your name is. I'm not even gonna try and read that. Good for you. Good for you. I'm glad you can think that. Good for you. I'm glad you can think that. That's your truth. I'm glad. I can tell you biblically that's not how Jesus would have acted. So, yeah. Good for you, mod. Good for you, bud. So, yeah, so you're not understanding what I'm trying to say, and that's okay. Cool. No, I don't care for politics. That's a worldly thing. I'm focused on my spirit. And that's what you want to believe. My head. If that's what you want to believe, that's what you want to believe. That's okay. Believe what you want to believe. I'm going to believe in what I want to believe. Honestly, dude, there's no truth. We don't know the exact truth. We are all confident in our own truth. But here's the thing. We don't know the exact truth. I can confidently say that there's probably sins out there. Good for you, you guys. Good for you. You guys make me have no hope for humanity, but it's okay because I have hope for myself and I have hope for my dreams. Yeah, Islam did come 3,000 years after Christ. That's true. I don't care. No, I don't like jokes like that. I'm not gonna lie. I'm sorry. Good for you, though. Good for you guys. I'm just happy to be here, y'all. I read the Quran, and I can tell you, I've done a lot of research on Muslim. I've actually entered Muslim churches, and I can tell you confidently, as I did my research, it's built on corruption from what I've known and from what I read. It's built on oppression and corruption and forcing religion, and I'm not all for that. So, but if you want to believe that, that's okay. Go ahead. You have the free will to believe that. I just won't support it. And that's okay. I know what they're called. I know they're not called Muslims. I don't know what they're called. I don't care to know what they're called. I don't know. Is it a mosque? I thought mosque was Jewish. I don't know what it's called. I'm a bum. Ugh. It's okay. It's okay. Good for you. Yeah, okay. I've been to a majority of churches. I've been to synagogue, Catholic, Protestant, Lutheran, Nazareth, family churches, mosques. I've read different versions of the Bible. I've read some of the Quran. I've done a lot of research on Muslim faith, and all that. Anyways, y'all, I'm just happy to be here. I'm glad I have people engaging. This is low-key fun. Thank you. Thank you guys for talking. And, these are type of talks that I enjoy. At least I'm not annoying my mom. And that's pretty dope. It really doesn't, but that's okay. I do have Instagram. It's the same as my YouTube, except it's not prod. It's I think it's just lx2.wtf. Hello, okay, man. It's going good. We just got done reading 3 chapters of Exodus, and now I'm just chilling and talking to chat, Thank you, bro. I appreciate that. I'm trying to get my Streamlabs. I'm trying to get a PC set up so I can start streaming on multiple platforms like Kick, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, TikTok, and stuff. So I can also stream video games as well, and have you guys be able to watch my video game streams on YouTube when they're done instead of having to go to. Bro, I appreciate that. And if you ever have a dream you want to chase, goes for everybody. If what you want to chase in a dream aligns with what I believe in, I'll support you. I mean, I'll support in you. And if what you don't take that as if he doesn't believe in the same thing I believe, he's not going to support me. It's more of I'll defend you, but it's pretty easy to believe in what I want to believe, what I believe in. I'm not going to lie. If you guys believe that we should help homeless people, that everyone should have free will, freedom to do whatever they want, that we should be artistic, that music shouldn't be secular and should be talked about our feelings, that we should help people, that life should actually be... See, here's the thing. Okay, I'm going to get a little sociology on here. A little sociology. So, I believe in capitalism, but I believe in like a socialist capitalist, system. Because I believe a certain amount of work you do should also pay for your rent, as well as also giving you a paycheck. I don't know. I believe in a program for that. It's kind of like Section 8, you know what I mean? Anyways. I mean, I don't care for the Quran, especially when Muhammad literally had intercourse and a lot of relations with a minor. And if we really look into it, they marry off children, specifically girls, by the time their first bleed happens. And a lot of the time, they're under the age of 10, but biologically, females can't have their first bleed by under the age of 10 because they don't even hit puberty. And a lot of the time, the reason why they're bleeding is because of bruising and ripped tissue in that area because of certain things that they cannot consent to. And that's why they were married off so quickly, because their brothers and fathers would, so. I'm not going to argue if it's right or not. I'm just going to say that you guys weren't really represented fantastically by your guys' prophet and by a lot of your guys' law in Muslim countries. So that's kind of why it's like frowned upon, and socially it's frowned upon. Maybe if your ancestors didn't, who tells you? No one told me that. It's literally something I can research on my own. There's a lot of laws that go against my morals. But anyways. No, I'm not political. They're arguing about some religion because I just did a Bible study. I'm trying to talk to people. I'm not trying to be political on here, honestly. I'm just trying to explain, like, I don't really... They're talking about... I mean, that's your opinion, dude. I'm glad you can have your own opinion. Yeah, honestly, all religions are great. However, the history of some religions are very frowned upon. Like the history of the Catholics are very frowned upon. History of Muslims are very frowned upon. I don't know. In my opinion, I'm an LDS person. Y'all are gonna tell me I'm a cult member. As soon as it's like this one joke I heard. Everyone's cool to the Jewish, the Muslims, and the Catholics, and the Christians. But as soon as the LDS member walks in the room, all eyes on him. We gotta gang up on that member. He's a cult member. So yeah, that's my life. It's okay, man. I don't want to learn any more about Muslim. Like, honestly, I have my faith, and it's what I stay true to. I've tried Muslim and a lot of other faiths, and they didn't correlate to what I wanted to believe. They didn't correlate to how to feel comfort and peace. Oh, this is my favorite one. My skyline, all 34. I don't care. I don't know why you can't find my Insta. Hold on. Let me search it up real quick. Let me look at it real quick. Yeah, see? That's it. So, it's just lowercase. Instagram's lowercase, not capital case. I'm glad Jesus saved you, man. I didn't do anything. I don't pay taxes because I can't get taxed. I have money from the government. The cherry blossom livery? I don't know what you mean by that. I'm not gonna lie. That's not the hobby I have. I know that for a fact. Yeah, I don't know. I can't explain it. Okay. Dope. The Fair Lady Z. I like the Fair Lady. Why are we talking about that? Let's not. I'm sorry. Lust is not something I'm going to engage with or even have on this because it's something I struggle with. Yeah, it's a series. It's well, I wouldn't call them novels. They're more autobiographies of experiences that these people from whether they're in. So how I like to explain the Bible is, say I hear stories from my father, my grandpa, and my great-grandpa. You know what I mean? I hear stories of them. I write these stories down, and that's what a lot of them are. If we look at Moses has Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Deuteronomy, and Numbers. And then, yeah. And so Moses, those are writings that of his family history. You know what I mean? And it's, yeah. But anyways, it's basically just records you keep, And so, they were passed on, and they kept them in libraries and published them and stuff like that. And so it's more of an autobiography. A lot of books written back then were actually written like the Bible was. So yeah, they have tried to remove a lot of it and change it. I feel like the King James version is the closest version. But the original scripts, as far as I know, for the Bible were burnt in a library in the United Kingdom back during the Catholic Protestant Wars. Yeah, that's true. And also, back then, it's hard to read. It was hard to read Arabic. Well, was it Arabic? No. Hebrew, ancient Hebrew, and other languages. They were made in 7 different languages. So, different books. The first 5, technically, in the Old Testament were made in Hebrew, ancient Hebrew. Yeah, that's dope. Good for you guys. Yeah, it's hard for me because I have dyslexia, so it's very hard for me to read it. Yes, you can know the mosque by the moon sign. I've never been fond of the mosque. The moon sign's too close to communist. Why is that? Because communists were made after. Why did communists have to make their symbol to look like the mosque symbol? Yo, why did Turkey's flag have to look like the mosque? That's crazy. Yeah, I don't have hate towards any other faiths. I just, I don't know. I'm one of those people where it's I have my own beliefs. I'll talk to other people about it, but once they get judgmental and start pushing their faith and telling me, oh my gosh, you're wrong, this is the truth, that's where I draw the line. If someone tells me, oh, this is the truth, then it's okay, dude, deuces, I'm out, because I already know that they're going to be insufferable to talk to. What's cornstarch? I am a Mormon. Yeah, I am LDS. I grew up LDS, but I also went to my teenage years, I kind of tried other denominations and faiths, and I prayed, and I always got led back to the Mormon church, because biblically, to me, they're the closest to, and the closest organized church for Jesus. And this isn't me trying to be oh yeah, that's the one true church. This is the true church for me. If it's not the true church for you, that's okay. It's not the true church for you. I will say, they actually have donated more money to help people than any other church have. They've done in 1 year. They donated over $3 billion in 1 year to humane societies. And actually, not humane societies, but health and societies. They actually have multiple farms across the world that grow certain plants like oranges, pears, and stuff, And whenever those plants are like those vegetables and fruits are in season, we pick them as a church, as a service. And these fruits and vegetables go out across the world. We've donated them to like families in Africa. A lot of our tithing goes towards families who can't afford for Thanksgiving and Christmas. There was multiple Christmases and Thanksgivings that the church actually donated gifts to us and turkeys to us for Thanksgiving because my mom couldn't afford it, and so they actually help us. When I was homeless, they actually paid like for a couple nights in a hotel for me. So yeah, they're really cool. I like them. I love it. It's fun. A lot of the people there are very welcoming. They you know, and my thing on it is everyone has their own different story. Everyone has their own. Yeah, I love my community. It's pretty dope. But honestly, that's not just my only community, you know? My community is everybody. Like, everybody's my community. Because I'll bleed the same blood as everybody, you know? I have the same goal as majority of people, and that's to help people. That's it. That's the only goal I want. I want to help people that struggle with drug addiction, mental health, that live in a neighborhood where they have no choice but to commit crime to live. I want to help people in gang violence because, you know, even though I was a wannabe growing up, I still had a lot of gang violence because, you know, I've seen shootings. I've been a part of shootings where, you know, I'd be like involved as the victim. Yeah, it sucks. Anyways, but yeah. Good for you. I'm glad you have your own truth, minister. That's good for you. Thank you. I know Jesus died so I can live. Yeah, that is true. To me, that's true to me, not everybody. And, you know, minister, that's your truth. You can't apply your truth to everybody because let's be honest, we don't know the full truth. And honestly, that's the point. God wants to see how we live life, you know? And that's when he gives us a second chance when we go into the afterlife, aka heaven. So he gives us a second chance. Good for you guys. That's okay. That's okay, ministry. Good for you. Good for you, bud. If that's what you believe, that's what you believe. Not everybody believes that. And that's something we have to come to terms with. That's where, you know, you kind of just push people away. It's not loving to do that stuff. This is my favorite Hot Wheel. I love this one. This one's the coolest. It's a Nissan Skyline R34 GTR BCN R34 33, not 34. It's R33, not the 34, but I want an R34. That's actually the only Nissan Skyline I have, sadly. I do have a Lego Nissan Skyline though. That's your truth. If that's your truth, that's your truth. That ain't my truth, and that's okay. I'm glad you can have your own truth. That's the cool thing about having free will. But that's okay. Good for you. That's all good for you guys. I'm glad. Dang. They're so expensive. Yeah, me too. I'm trying to figure it out. Juice World, I don't know what you're even trying to say here. That's okay. Like, I can't, I don't know. I'm just honestly kind of glad that people are engaging because this is cool. Alright, so... Holy crap. This is funny. Good for you, Ronnie. Ronnie rocks. Kind of sounds like a guitarist. Good for you guys. That's your opinion, Jay. I have my own relationship with him, and I do follow him. I just got done reading Exodus chapter 10 through 12. I do Bible studies, but it's okay. You can have your own opinion, man. Exactly. I just treat everybody how I want to be treated. Honestly, understanding the Bible is different. Ben Cheeseman, I don't even want to get into that conversation, dude. I don't even want to get into any of these conversations y'all are having, dude. I'm trying to avoid them. I'm trying to protect my peace. This is what I'm trying to do. Y'all are having all these crazy conversations, and I just want to protect my peace of loving God, but I also want to continue going live. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Cool, man. It's not ignorance. It's doing what I've learned through following Jesus, man. It's protecting my peace. It's to not argue with foolish people and people of ignorance, but it's okay. I respect y'all. I respect every one of you in the comments. I love every one of you in the comments, no matter how your opinion on me is. I love everybody, no matter what you've done, because guess what? You are my kin. You are my kin. We all come from the same people, the same two people. And honestly, my opinion on this and whatever you guys are talking about is there's no point in arguing who's right and who's not. Because guess what? As long as we follow what we believe, you know, who knows? If God's such a forgiving God, why do you guys think he won't forgive us when we die? Because some of us don't even know him. You know what I'm saying? Just saying. But I'm not trying to get in that conversation because a lot of you guys are very extremist on this, and I don't want to be a part of that. So don't put me in that group, guys. Please do not put me in that group. Put me in the loving group. I like to think of faith as, you know, you're three different people. You're Jesus. You either live like Jesus, you live like Gabriel, or you live like Michael. And, you know, you have Jesus, the one who's all three, the messenger, and all that. You live like Jesus, who's the messenger, you know, the lover, and the disciplinary. And then you live like Michael, who's the disciplinary type. And then you live like Gabriel, who's the messenger. And I prefer to live like Jesus, but I also prefer to protect my peace like he did. Oh man, you weird, bruh. You weird. Oh crap, bro. What? That's crazy. Good for y'all. Yeah, I have no clue what they're talking about either, Carrie. I really don't. Ben, good for you, bro. If that's what you want to believe, that's what you want to believe. Cool. I just say focus on your spirit. Honestly, the way y'all claim pointing to God's truth really isn't what Jesus practiced. I can't lie. You know, as someone who is pretty familiar with Jesus's way, is Jesus didn't argue with people who was true and who wasn't. You know, Jesus actually walked away from people. Jesus didn't debate about who's right and who's wrong. Jesus just said, I follow this one God. But us being humans, we do that because we think, you know, that's following Jesus. Jesus didn't say, oh, you have to follow God. Jesus asked, though, hey, if I'm to do a miracle for you, you follow God because God did this miracle for you. But the way some of y'all are going about this in the comments is kind of crazy. And, you know, whoever. Everyone has their own opinions, you're right. But if we're trying to go biblically, and if we're trying to base our opinions biblically, you know, and we're trying to claim we want to live like Jesus, living like Jesus means that you just protect your peace, you're loving, and you don't debate. Because debating faith and something we don't really know all that much about is not something that really is going to get you anywhere. That's not living spiritually, is what I'm trying to say. Jesus tells us to live spiritually, not worldly. And that's what a lot of people are doing nowadays. Yeah, I know. Trying to be right is the downfall of the wise man. Yeah, Cowboys are pretty dope. I mean, I'm not too much of a Cowboys fan. Thank you, Charlie. I love it. Which one's my favorite car, funny guy? This one. This is my favorite car, y'all. I can't stress not showing it. I love showing this car off. It's pretty dope. Oh, what's on the wall's Hot Wheels? Oh, wait, yeah, you ended up saying that. Good for you, man. Thank you. Majed, good for you, dude. Okay, good for you, Ronnie Rocks. I'm gonna follow who I want to follow, Ronnie Rocks. Just like you want to follow who you want to follow. Good for you, bro. I'm glad. I'm happy. As long as you're happy, as long as you have peace, I'm okay. Because guess what, man? I can't control your life. I don't decide your decisions for you. That's what a lot of you guys are trying to do in the comments. That's not what you should be doing. You should just share what helps you. And if that helps other people, that helps other people. If that's what they want to do, that's what they want to do. You know? So what? Exactly. I mean, Alric, that's kind of valid, low-key. You do what you want to do, bro. If you're waiting until he performs a skate trick, what type of skate trick, you know? What skate trick you want him to perform in front of you, Alric? Oh, funny guy, I was trying to tell you what my favorite Hot Wheel was. I wasn't trying to make you feel bad. I'm glad you talk about my Hot Wheel collection. I love talking about my Hot Wheel collection. It's pretty cool. I'm a nerd, guys. I love my collection. I'm a collector. I'm a nerd. Please talk about the stuff I have on my wall and you see around my room. I love talking about it. It's pretty dope. I love talking about my interests. Pretty cool. I love it. Yeah, a kickflip. Really? You out of all the tricks, you think cool. It is all love. Man, I don't even know how to say your name, bro. But cool. I don't know what to say, bro. I don't. It's too late for this, bro. Good for you. I love that scripture. That's a dope scripture. I actually love that scripture. Okay, so I love music. Music is life, bro. Kia Morty, I don't know what you asked, but ask it again after I answered Tim. So, interest and hobbies are music, art, anything art. I love anime. I'm on One Piece right now, episode 358, maybe 360. I love mythology. I love Percy Jackson. I actually have a mythology encyclopedia. I love the anatomy. I love the brain. The brain is my favorite thing because I've always been obsessed with how the brain works, whether you're, I love the brain. The brain's the best thing. I also love Hot Wheels and cars. I love Marvel, DC, Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter, Narnia. I love Rubik's Cubes, as you guys can tell. I have multiple different Rubik's Cubes. So, you guys think this is a 3x3, and you think this is a 3x3, but this is a mirror cube. So, here's something cool. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Oh yeah, dude. Look at that. Isn't this crazy, man? Isn't that crazy? Dope. I love philosophy too, and then reading books, but yeah. And then music. I love Red Hot Chili Peppers, NF. I'm very into mental health music. Dune, I've never gotten into Dune, but I'd love to get into Dune. Norse and Slavic is some pretty good. African mythology is pretty dope. Metal music is dope. I'm I love music. I make music myself. And so I'm working on a project and I'm really just trying to be diverse. I love learning languages. And so what I mean by diverse is not only different genres, but I make music in different languages. So what I'm trying to say is say I write a song in English, okay? Then I translate that song to correlate with the culture of the language of the countries that is spoken with this language. And so then I correlate. And so basically I'm going to have roughly, say I have an EP with 6 songs on it, then I'm going to have 14 different versions of those songs. You know what I'm saying? You're a Slavic? You're from Siberia, Russia? Oh, dude, I'm from the United States. Yeah, I'm from the United States. I live in Oregon. Yeah, language is fun. I love language. I'm not a language scholar. I'm a psychology scholar. I don't know how to say your name, but what are your questions? Ask questions. I love questions. What about Deep House? I don't know what Deep House is. I don't know what that is, actually. Oh my gosh, that's not a joke that you should be talking about, bro. Let's not talk about that, bro, my boy. So I can't remember his name, but there's philosophers like Augmendino. I don't think you can really call Charles Darwin a philosopher. I think he's more of a biologist, but he's like a biology philosopher. Socrates is pretty cool. No, I'm thinking I spaced. Alan Watts is another one. I love Alan Watts. And Michael Peterson. What's his name? He's a new one, kinda. Anyways, yeah. No, I'm not from New York. I'm from the West Coast, bruh. Yeah, that is a valid point. It does make you intoxicated. It can. Plato is a good one. Jordan Peterson is a good one. Yeah, Fraud. I like Freud. Freud is good. Dude, was it Freud that died recently? I'm pretty sure last year I was in my intro to sociology class and we were learning about this sociologist who was talking like studies and did a study at in San Francisco, and pretty sure on that day we learned about him, he died. Yeah, that was pretty crazy, I'm not gonna lie. Do you mean what is the psychopathy scale? I don't know that too much about that. Yeah, I don't party. I grew up here in the party scene. There's a lot of bonfires, and the thing about bonfires here out in Oregon is a lot of the country kids bring guns, and then the city kids act all tough, and then the country kids shoot the city kids, and I didn't really want to be a part of that. And so every time I went to a bonfire, I was usually just the one that was chill with everybody or tried to be, but my friends weren't because we all wanted to be tough. They wanted to be tough. But then I got dragged into the drama, and so there's been a lot of shootings out here in the with bonfires. Okay, what's the question? There's so many comments, dude. I don't know. What was your question? What is your question? What was your question? What was your question? Question. I can't get to it, bruh. Nah, aliens out and bonfires? I don't know. I don't know. Unless you could count being intoxicated and inebriated and seeing things. I'm schizophrenic, so I hallucinate. It's crazy. Yeah, that's understandable, Arik. I feel that. You gotta have your own journey, bro. And honestly, I respect that. Have your own journey, bro. I had my own journey, and low-key, in my personal experience, my own journey led me to faith. But if it never leads you to faith again, that's okay, man. That's how you want to live. I respect how you want to live. I respect your choice of free will, and that's okay. Hey, dude, how you doing? Gear Gamer Jonesy? Yes, those are Hot Wheels on my wall. Yeah, that's a good point. So actually, I have drug-induced schizophrenia. That's what that is. My dad, however, and his dad have bipolar. But the thing about our history is that there's cases of us actually having borderline personality disorder. And I don't know if you guys know about borderline, but borderline can be caused, is triggered by trauma, very traumatic experiences. And so I'm working with a psychiatrist and a primary care doctor to kind of figure it out because it's driving me insane. But those, schizophrenia is confirmed, but there's two other ones that aren't really fully confirmed. It's like a paranoid schizophrenia. It's not necessarily hallucinations are there. I hallucinate when I go paranoid, but it's not as effective as a lot of other people's hallucinations. Yeah, that's a good point. I was more carefree when I was a child anyways, even with religion. I just enjoyed my life. Thank you. Good for you, Winnie. Good for you. My first name's Brendan. I have evil thoughts. Good for you, man. I'm okay. Follow the rabbit hole? What? Yeah, a lot of people pulling guns on people are very common. I've never taken K2 or spice. The only psychedelic I've ever done are mushrooms, and that was twice, and that was recently. The cause for my hallucinations have been way before that. Like, I used to do Benadryl and a bunch of other ones, and like other drugs and weed, and like I'd mix weed with drugs, and so I was not the best person. I would do any drug I could find, specifically pills, because I just wanted to get high. Dude, I don't play with these Hot Wheels. I just collect them and let them sit. Gear Gamer Jonesy. Yeah, it is the best way to stay from that, Carrie. Yeah, I can't sleep when I'm manic either. The thing is why it's so hard for people to find out if they're bipolar or borderline is because mania is the manic episodes happen for both. Just one is very heightened. Like with borderline, like it's very heightened to where you actually feel like you're a different person. And there's cases of that. Like the reason why they think it's more borderline than bipolar, but they think it's also bipolar, they can't really decide. But the reason why they think, for me, it's borderline or bipolar is because when I'm manic, I forget like what happens in those episodes. And that's more common with people with borderline. And I actually become a different person. Like, people actually explain to me that when I'm manic, according to them, I was like a completely different person. Like, it didn't even feel like the same energy levels of me. I wasn't acting the same. Like, my speech was different. Like, my mannerisms were different. And so, yeah. Exactly. It's less problematic as long as I'm less paranoid. I'm still paranoid. Don't get me wrong. Like, I get paranoid a lot. But as I've been sober, it's actually calmed down a little bit. But it's still there. Like, it's still there. Good for you, bro. Good for you, Winnie. Good for you. I don't care. Mushrooms. Dude, projects are fun. I love projects. Thank you, ministry. Oh, it's not a manga. I actually have, I wish I had a manga. I want the Demon Slayer mangas. No, I don't actually have mangas. I have, not the Percy Jackson series, but I have Apollo Trials, and then Heroes of Olympus, and then this, things called, I have Narnia, and then I have a couple other books, and then I have like my graduation, my yearbooks and stuff, and yeah, no, I don't have any mangas. I have a couple philosophy books though. Thank you. I love my Hot Wheel collection. Dude, I do play video games. I actually play Apex, Siege, and Fortnite right now. I'm trying to get into Marvel Rivals, Valorant. I want to play Overwatch more, and Warzone. Like, I want to stream those. I don't really do it, but those are games I want to play. I also love Need for Speed. That's one that I love. I'm currently trying to 100% Need for Speed Heat. No. I actually don't know any of the medications they've put me on, other than Abilify and Zoloft and hydroxyzine. So yeah. Yeah, it will be less and less. Psychologically, mental health is less and less heightened when you are on substances. But the thing about that is you are more addicted to stuff. Like me, my hobbies are what they would call an impulsive addiction. And it's because I spend more money on hobbies than I do to save money. I don't save money. I need to save money. So, no, they didn't put me on Wellbutrin. I don't know what that is, though. Thank you for subscribing. Dude, I've never I've never gotten into Bleach. I'm on One Piece right now. I'll check out Bleach one day though. Daisy, I've tried Daisy. It wasn't. What's BG3? I don't know what BG3 is. Yes, I do have coping mechanisms. I don't have prescription drugs, but I do have coping mechanisms. This is what I do right here is my coping mechanism. So, engaging with videos and reading Bible and reading books and studying and making music and art and is my coping mechanism. This is what I do. This is what I love to do. And so, yeah. Definitely look like a 49ers fan. I'll take that as a compliment. I love 49ers. Dude, I actually have tremors from Abilify. You guys can't see it because I'm not really that stressed and they're heightened with stress. But, yeah, honestly, meds are good though sometimes. Lithium is not something I want to take because lithium actually did not help my dad. And he did lithium to medicate him, his bipolar. I'm from Oregon, United States. I have tremors, yeah. Thank you, Darlene. Thank you. My team's dope. I love my team. We got Mike Evans now, dude. I've loved Mike Evans ever since he won that Super Bowl with Tom Brady. Because that's honestly when I found out about him, dude. But other than that, I've loved his story. Yeah, I understand that. Honestly, it's hard. Okay, I'll do some research. Baldur's Gate 3, maybe I'll look into it. I also love Assassin's Creed and Black Ops is fun. Call of Duty and like Halo and stuff. Yeah, so it's currently 1 a.m. for me in the West Coast. Dude, my favorite place is my room. I hate public. I honestly don't like being out in public. I'm an introvert. I feel like people judge me, but at the same time, it's been getting better at that. Exactly. It doesn't do anything. It also depends on the person and their brain, because the way everybody's brain works is differently. They're similar, but there's always something different because everybody has different, functions. Like their brain functions similar, but their brain handles things differently because we have different experiences, and so those different experiences, get you to not. Yeah, I'm trying to put it into words, but I can't think about it really because I don't know. I can't put it into words. But yeah, I love drawing stuff. You would think with how much I draw, my drawings would be more realistic. Instead, they're more abstract because that's how my brain works. Is abstract. It's not realistic. Like I actually did a mural in the hospital one time. Multiple murals where I drew different patterns that I learned in the art class, and then I cut up the piece of paper, and then I made a butterfly out of those shards of this piece of paper, or I made a big spider, and I would have like a message above it. I love tagging. Tagging is fun. In my notebook, not in public. Those days are over. I don't like tea. No. My parents didn't do this to me. I did it to myself. They had no choice. And at that point, when I went to the hospital, they actually were very, like, they did not want me to be medicated. They did not want me to be in the hospitals. And so when I did go to the hospitals for an overdose attempt, let's just say a committing attempt, I had no choice of whether I was going to stay there or not. I had to go. So that's why. Yeah, OCD and ADHD is what I struggle with the most. That's the what is officially diagnosed. And dyslexia is kind of getting diagnosed. I'm working with the psychiatrist, guys. I'm so proud of myself. I haven't worked with a psychiatrist in forever, dude. And now I'm actually like trying to take care of myself. Like I used to go it's been 81 days of me constantly brushing my teeth twice a day, which I had need to go do after live, and showering every day and shaving every day. Not technically 81 days for shaving. Yeah, I don't know. I'd rather figure out what's wrong with my mental health, because I want to stay healthy, and as long as I can figure it out, I can handle myself in my situations. Yeah, social anxiety is so hard, dude. It's so hard. Yeah, it's something that is corrupted, is that they don't really know what works, because it's so hard to figure out what works for everybody, because some medications don't work for everybody. So they have to test, and that's the worst part, is they have to test it on you. And that's why they do surveys on, okay, what does this do and what does that do and blah, 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 and please tell me what it does. I don't speak to a counselor right now, but I'm trying to get into counseling. Thank you, Banana. Jesus loves you too. Yeah, getting diagnosed for ADHD is kind of annoying sometimes, especially as an adult. I'm not saying Oregon sucks. I'm not saying the world sucks. It's beautiful here. There's some cool people here, but I will say there's a lot of division and there's a lot of hatred, and that's the only thing that... Yeah, Audric, I feel that. I've been called a weirdo for that. I was the town tweaker. I had everybody on me, dude. Everybody was like, yo, you're annoying. You do this and that. I don't like you. And so, I feel that, dude. Michigan's cool. I want to go to Michigan. I've never really left the state, so... Yeah, my parents have empathy for me now. They were going through their own stuff, but they have a lot of trauma compared to me. But they still have trauma. Like, my trauma is different than theirs. Their trauma is different from each other's. And so they went through a lot of hardships. I'm not someone that can talk on that. If in the future they want to come forward and share it with the public, they can. Say if I get a big and famous one day and they decide to come on here and share their stories because, you guys want to learn about them, they will probably share their story. But the thing is I can't talk about it. They've dealt with a lot of stuff, and it sucks. But yes, they do have empathy for me. I'm not going to play any music right now. Yeah, it is on the periodic table of elements. I don't trust lithium. I get paid to go to school. I don't need a job. I get paid $1,500 a month to go to school. So, it's whatever. And then I do DoorDash twice, 2 days a week. I don't need a job. It's okay. I pay for my bills just fine. I also am so thankful my mom helps me with a living situation, and all I have to pay is $500. It covers my insurance for her car. It covers my part of the rent, and yeah, it's pretty dope. And I also pay for my phone bill and other bills. Yeah, honestly, it is cool. I wouldn't say I'm a big streamer, but yeah. Dude, I'm a mental health advocate. Like, all I want to do is help people feel better about their mental health, because in their situation, in their trauma, because I've been through a lot. One day, you guys will know a lot of my story, and one day that will happen. There's a lot of things I've been through, and I want to share this stuff because I want people to not feel alone. You know what? And I want to connect with people. I don't want to be like not connecting with people, because I don't take anything. I don't touch anything anymore. So no shrooms. But anyways, I'm a big advocate for mental health and talking to people. Yeah, schizophrenia was. I have been into psychosis because of weed and a bunch of stuff. I'm almost 20. I'll be 20 in July. Yeah, brain chemistry is a weird thing. Yeah, counseling's good. I advocate for counseling. Counseling's good. No matter how much you think you can handle it, you really can't, because I used to think that too until it got really bad one day and everything just flooded and I just destroyed myself. It was bad. Thank you, Ronnie. That's okay. That's okay, Gear Gamer. Honestly, you know, not all your coping mechanisms you need to share. Some people have coping mechanisms that don't work for everybody, and some people don't feel comfortable sharing all their coping mechanisms, and that's okay. Dude, DoorDash, honestly, I would say stay with your job, because depending on what it is. I used to work at an after school program and do DoorDash. It didn't help that I was doing drugs to stay up to do DoorDash and then show up to work hungover while working at an after school program, working with kids. That's the worst part. That's something I regret, was working with kids in an after school program hungover. And so I regret a lot of things. I didn't treat any of them horribly. I just feel like there could have been work and space that I could have done better on myself, because I guess how I worked that job was not really how you should work an after school program job. I was acting more like the kid than I was like a role model, if you guys are trying to understand. Like, I was acting like the kid. I thought of that job as a way to just play games with the kids and throw the football around instead of actually like trying to pay attention to every kid. You know what I mean? And actually, alternate my time, so. Thank you, Darlene. The Kiwana Copper Harbor. That's cool. Yeah, weed actually is, compared to what people really think, weed has been so chemically imbalanced that it's not even funny. Like, it is not what it used to be. My mind isn't really lost. I'm kind of like figuring out what I want to do. I've always known what I want to do. And the thing is like, the only thing I'm lost about is how to go about it. That's the only thing I'm lost about. I will admit that. Yes, computer science and programming is what I have been trying to learn as well. Yes. Messy. As you can tell, I have a Messi poster right there. Oh, you guys can't see the Messi poster. I'm a Messi fan, through and through. Screw Ronaldo. I don't like Ronaldo. Shambles. Yeah. Hey, Sandra Queen. Add Hernrod. I'm craving nachos. I don't know. I'm low-key kind of craving Ronaldo. Más o menos. Messi the GOAT. Messi's the GOAT. He's winning the Stanley Cup. I can't really talk on hockey. I haven't paid attention to it. So I don't know. No, never. I'm not even in the Bay Area, dude. I live in Oregon. I live next to University of Oregon. Like, I'm not in the Bay Area. So I probably couldn't even get into Berkeley anyways. What's up, Sandra? How you doing? How's your night going? My favorite sport is football. But I do love I do love soccer, and I do love basketball and wrestling and baseball and hockey. But I paid more attention to football and soccer and basketball. So yeah. Oh, nice. I want to go to India one day. Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's okay. You know, it can be scary sometimes, but we gotta do the stuff that is scary. I've never been into volleyball. Like, I've watched, if you guys know what haiku is, I've watched a couple episodes of haiku, and I kind of wanted to do volleyball, but I don't know, I've never been into volleyball. There's only reason I used to watch volleyball, and y'all could probably figure it out, and now it makes me feel terrible to watch volleyball because of that reason. Colorado Avalanche are favored to win the Stanley Cup. Okay. Yeah, I'm in the right coast. Berkeley is meh, overrated. I hear that about a lot of schools, to be honest. Yeah, see, I live pretty close to Autzen Stadium. Like, I could probably walk 30, 40 minutes to University of Oregon. Volleyball, you never thought you'd like it? I probably would. I'm not gonna lie. There's some weird sports out there that I like. I'm from Oregon, dude. If you know where that is, United States. Nice. A psych degree from San Diego State. Turn your brain into mush. Dude, I hear, yeah, no, that's crazy. The one thing about school is I feel like that gets you addicted to pills a lot easier and quicker, you know. Adderall is sold there. That's why it's like I'm trying to be so okay with myself, and I'm trying to keep myself distracted with making these videos and going live with y'all. Yeah, Autzen Stadium's pretty cool. I love driving past it when I go to class. I go to Lane, so I don't go to University of Oregon. Those aren't stickers. Those are Hot Wheels. Dude, Adderall. Okay. I love Adderall. I'm gonna say this so, truthfully. I love Adderall. That was my pill of choice. I was addicted to Adderall and Ritalin. However, I, at the same time, have a love-hate relationship with it and don't want to do it. You know what I mean? It's addicting. Favorite travel destination? Well, I really haven't gone. I've been to San Francisco twice so far. Once for a football game, once to watch see my uncle open up his bike shop. So San Francisco is pretty fun to travel to. I've been to Chelan, Washington, and then Boise, Idaho. But other than that, right now it's San Francisco. That's my favorite travel place. Dang. Yeah, I'm low-key kind of not trying to date anybody. I'm 19, I'm young. I'm trying to just stick to myself and work on my finances so I can be financially supportive for my family in the future. And one thing that sucks is I'm scared of divorce. I'm scared of a relationship not working out. Yeah, that's me too. I mean, I've put it in my mouth a couple times, but I've only my way of choice for certain things is either drinking or snorting. Smoking hurts. Needles hurt. But needles are better than smoking. And there's a personal reason for that. So, yeah. Probably. It's cold up in Michigan, though. I hate the cold. I'm a summer baby, y'all. I love summer. I hate the cold. But I will probably still do that. Be like King Solomon. He had many, many girlfriends. No, I'm good. Yeah, dude, good luck, bro. Underboss. Good luck for you, bro. Bubbles Swayze. Well, I'll give y'all 10 more minutes, and then I'm probably gonna, this is all Hot Wheels. All Hot Wheels. A couple of my favorites right here. My two favorites. Anyways. Yeah, New Zealand girls are cool. My cousin actually is used to do, she's a marine biologist, and she went to New Zealand for a while. So that's pretty cool. No, I don't have, actually, is Barbie Disney? No. Is it? No. No, I don't have any Disney ones. Yeah, no. Sad. Yeah, no, I don't have any Disney Hot Wheels. Nice, dude. Hot Wheel drawers are the best. I've never been to Australia, dude. Good for you, bro. Good for you, underboss. I'm glad. Okay, bet. Hold on. Bro, gotta catch 'em all, Hot Wheel style? Yes, Jordy. This is exactly what that is. It's exact. I'm treating them like Pokemon. I treat Pokemon cards the same way. Here's the Barbie car. Nice little Barbie car. Alright. So, I'm gonna show you a couple of my Pokemon cards, because low-key, this is pretty cool. I love this collection. I spend way too much money on this stuff. I don't know if y'all can really tell what those are. And then here, we're just gonna do this. Hold on. So we have this, guys. Boom, 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 boom. I love this. This one's my first ever, EX. I love this Greninja. I thought I had two. I can't lie. Oh, yeah, see? There's another Greninja. And then a Mega Swampert. That's actually my first. Was that Mega EX? Pretty cool. I spent so much money on this stuff. And then these are pretty dope. That's pretty dope. That's a full art. No, that's an EX. That's one of my favorites. And it just gets into basics. So I have a couple full arts and another binder, but I don't feel like grabbing that right now. Yar. Yeah, Pokemon are different. Okay, bro. That for sure. I'll check that out. If you, I'm gonna eventually have my link tree in my bio, so I can do that. No, I don't have a girlfriend. I don't have a girlfriend from high school. I don't date. I don't. I just live to myself. Stop being so cool, man. What the heck? I'm sorry, I can't help it. Borders sold Pokemon cards. I have a bunch of stuff. Oh, dude. Okay. This is cool. Either way, if you don't like Christianity or not, or you don't really want to, say you want to check it out. This is pretty cool. I love this. So bear with me here. On my hip. Okay. So I love this. That is nosy. This is my action Bible. Cool, man. This. I have two. Actually, because I have two, I am gonna actually invest in a giveaway. What's the most evil Pokemon? Eternatus. That's what I hear. Eternatus. I mean, it depends on where you are. Portland's pretty tough to beat anything other than political. You have to be a political Democrat, a liberal in Portland, honestly. Bible Man? I'll look that up. Honestly, being anywhere and being Christian in northern Nigeria is the toughest in the world. They actually commit genocide. Recently they did. And my buddy lives in Nigeria and he's Christian. And every day he's like, dude, I can't go near there or else they will kill me if they find out I'm Christian. Like, yeah. Pokemon is still a thing, depending on who you talk to, though. Honestly, you do have a right to do you. That's a fact. The thing is some people don't believe in that, and that's okay. Who cares? Yeah. Lord have mercy. Holy crap. Technically, y'all, I've gotten close to hitting, I've gotten close to finishing the Bible, technically. An earring? I have earrings in. No, I'm not taking these out to put in different ones. No. I haven't read the whole Bible yet. I mean, I've done a lot of research on it, but I haven't read the whole Bible, no. Hi, smart boy. No, young. I'm not gonna say that. Bet, I got you. I will. I'll probably, I'm probably gonna watch some One Piece after this, and then, I'll have to pull up John 939, actually. Yo, I'm from United States, Oregon specifically. Dang, that's so sad. I've never been into Matchbox, but any car guy, dude, that's so sad. I would have been so sad if that happened to me. When Jesus said, "For judgment I am come into this world, that they watch see not might see, and that they which see might be made blind." I don't know. I can't tell you exactly what that is. I probably can't. Astoria is pretty dope. Astoria is where Goonies was made. Do you guys know what the movie Goonies is? That's where Astoria was made. It's pretty dope. I mean, not Astoria. That's where Goonies was made, is in Astoria. West Coast. Yeah, I love the West Coast. I grew up in the West Coast. I probably can't say that, and I'm not going to try just in case. Yeah, someone asked me to read John 939 and ask for my thoughts. I do like metaphors, though. But yeah, no, I'll check out that show, that series. I have to write it down. I'm in the middle of a series right now, so it's like I kind of have to focus on it. You got a ton of Matchbox? Oh, somebody's dad used to have a bunch of Matchbox Hot Wheels lined up on my wall like that, but termites ate the wall and it fell down, and so the match got. Psalms 118. I gotcha. We'll have to engage in this tomorrow. We'll have to engage in this conversation that we're gonna have tomorrow, because I am way past the time I should be asleep. I have class at 12 a.m. It is currently almost 2 a.m. and I haven't even finished my assignment. I gotta go write a paper that's due tomorrow. I love college. So much fun. So I'm gonna get to doing that, and then I gotta go do some other things. So I appreciate everyone for tuning in the live. I appreciate for everyone who subscribed too. You guys don't have to do that, but I thank you for doing it. And I hope everyone can have a good night. Tune in tomorrow. I usually start my lives roughly around 4 or 5 o'clock, depending on what I end up doing. So, yeah. Deuces.